Hello guys, today I will explain you why you're not able to carry your games as Zeri. Here we are into the game, and the first thing that we're gonna do is simply go for Doran's Bow. Doran's Bow is pretty good on Zeri, reason being that of course your Q cooldown goes slightly lower, and in general you can proc your little tempo a bit more faster because of that. I love to play Zeri usually with green. I heavily believe that if you are a Zeri player and you start out playing Zeri with inspiration, you're gonna be so much weaker. Later on into mid-game, late game, that is gonna be really hard to pop off. So the first tip that I can give you is, of course, go green, especially if you're new to Zeri or you wanna become a one-trick. Most of the times, Zeri lacks a lot of resistances, and going green helps out a lot during the game. If you feel like your laning phase is not necessarily that hard, and you can kind of like stall it, you can also go HP scaling. Your green runes are gonna basically make you even more tanky because a percentage of your max HP is gonna increase your HP even more, and so having more HP later on into the game just helps out a lot this character. Outside of that, guys, just try to have a really good farm. Now we're gonna show it to you in this laning phase. The important thing is that first of all we're double ranged, so we can easily assert the priorities by walking a bit higher here, and you see that those guys are making a huge mistake. Now we're playing in Diamond, we're not playing in Challenger, but as you guys can see, it is completely possible to win laning phases there if the enemy makes some kind of mistake, and the matchup is not that hard. This is currently one of probably the easiest matchups that we could ever possibly take, let's say. So we got lucky. Now we're gonna take this wave and then cheat recall for a Cal. 99% of the times I enjoy a lot playing Zeri Cal because Zeri in itself doesn't want to trade, you know, she doesn't want to do anything. So getting a Cal, nice. Getting a Cal cheat recall base is always so good with this character. My playstyle on her is really slow. Just look for the 10 CS per minute mark and then eventually just go 1v9. Another thing that I want to mention is which first item to go for. If you're starting out on Zeri, playing Stormrazor is quite hard, so you might prefer going for Yantl, which is a bit easier to execute, and it takes a bit of more time to stack it compared to Stormrazor. But my advice is, again, if you're starting out, play Yantl, but if you have already some knowledge and you can click really well, playing Stormrazor most of the times is really good, and the most played option on Aguilo players. When you play Stormrazor, you gotta be really good at proccing the passive and utilize it really well. If you're not able to do that, I would rather go for Yantl, which is a bit more of a statistical check item, and this will help out a lot later on into your game. So let's see if we can actually kill this guy. He has to flash 100%. Okay, never mind, he had no flash apparently, which means that we start with a kill. Now we're gonna play slow, and again, my focus on Zeri is to have an insane farm. The thing that matters the most is, you know, farm. Just get as much as you can. And I know that a lot of people out there enjoy playing Zeri, but they're not succeeding with her, you know, they're not able to carry their games. It's just about knowing the process, okay? So just like knowing what the champion needs and how to achieve it consistently. So even here, as you can see, just a tiny slow push toward them. I also want to mention that this character right now, especially in the current healing meta, likes a lot to go healing boots instead of attack speed ones. Even if berserks are really good, your build does not have any sustain form. Because of that, going healing boots is quite good, but of course at the same time it's also really bad. Let's go Stormrazor, you know, because I think this is the right way of playing in this game, so it will make no sense for me to actually go something, you know, different, especially in a game where basically we have it for free. So let me check. This is pretty good. I try to dodge the ball. Let's see, this guy has no flash. I expected him to misplay, if that makes sense. I'm gonna flash the wall here. I kind of misplayed. I expected my team to go a bit Tiger, honestly, but I'm not that mad either. Now let's just play slow because I don't know where anyone is. I made a few mistakes here, and I still had to base, so in the end, this fight turns out to be decent because the wave was sort of under tower, so enemy lost a few minions. Now, another tip is you can use this wall to actually come back to base if you have your E. I don't have quick normal cast, and I don't really bother doing that. But if you want to become a really good Zeri player, especially later on, you want to learn to do this, it is really easy. You can watch many videos on YouTube on how to do that. I'm just like not doing that because, well, I don't really care now. I'm just like playing, you know, ranked for teaching purposes. So you guys know that you can do that. Just go check some videos on how to do the wall ops from base to bot side. Instead of that, you see Zeri gameplay is so much slower compared to a normal ADC. Traditional ADCs, in general, like ones that look for farm, they slow push every single wave. They try to look for every single tiny minion. And they just want to play in this way. It's my best tip that I can give you guys. Just play slow waves, crashing into the enemy tower, and look to not miss a single minion. That's what's gonna make you consistent with these characters. Especially because when you play green, the more minions you kill, the more HP you get, which eventually snowballs into having, you know, more strength. See, we managed to, like, actually do almost nothing for the first 6 levels. And if you know that your matchup is kind of easy and nothing is happening pre-6, I always advise to go for scaling health with Zeri. Again, it's gonna make a huge difference. Keep it in mind. Okay, here we are. The guy does this. And then we just E out. Bye-bye. And we are fine. So, another thing that, like, makes it Zeri so annoying, it is really, really hard to, let's say, kill unless you have a Nautilus, a Vi. Champions that have an hard lock. The problem of the enemy comp is they don't have an hard lock. So later on, it's gonna be really hard for the enemy team to kill me unless I make a mistake. Which is eventually what you would love to have as a Zeri player. As you can see, 109 CS. Basically almost perfect farm. Nothing is happening. No engages, no disengages. It's like really chill lane where, I mean, we're happy of what we're doing. Now, just press tab and check for the enemy if he has item compared to you. This is the first important information that I'm gonna gather. And also remember that she has every summoner. We basically did nothing this matchup. So we're gonna keep the wave a bit more into the middle. And you see the guy doesn't have item for a few, because he farmed slightly worse. So we're gonna take the advantage right away. No flash, no flash. Okay. Keep focusing Maokai. We haven't managed to kill him, but you see we take everything and we kind of have the advantage from an item perspective. Now we're gonna try to kill this guy off. Oh my god. Went hard on the guy. And those are like all the tiny basics that you need with Zeri. Like once you have this item advantage here, or you played really perfect farm and the enemy didn't, even a tiny mistake... Oh my god, I'm dead. I think I'm fine, never mind. Okay. So my mistake was to push the wave here while my jungler calls Drake. You guys gotta be really careful about that. I make these mistakes sometimes as well. Because we ping clearly that we wanted to do it, but I guess that we're fine. Let's just try to close the Drake. Also, help out Ivern every time. This champion is so slow at doing stuff. Please just take the Drake if possible. Okay. And this Lilia's about to be dead. This guy's Noi, and we're just gonna push bot lane here. Awesome. And you see, like, those are all the tiny tips that I can give you guys. Just have a really good farm. Consistent farm is the first thing that you need as a Zeri player. Because that's what's gonna decide if you were gonna get items and eventually deal damage. It's basically a race at who gets the item first, you know? Like, the first item, it's a really important spike for Zeri, I believe. Because of how much... how little damage she has in the laning phase and how weak she is as a character. You gotta run. You gotta ultra run and basically be ahead in gold compared to everyone in the lobby, if that makes sense. And when you're playing in silver, well, it does hurt to not have a perfect farm. Right? It hurts a lot. So make sure to learn first on how to farm better. And Runans can help you out a lot. If you had a bad lane and you didn't know how to farm well, you go to the mid game. And Runans does save you out a lot on like how to farm. I'm always going Runans anyways because I'm a fan of like just gathering even Raptors later on. Because you see that I have an Ivern, it's gonna be really easy to gather Raptors, gather camps with Runans later on. So when you have a jungler that maybe wants to take every camp, maybe you don't go Runans, you simply need to take midwave. But imagine you have a bit more of a normal game. That's a bit easier, right? So we kill the guy off here, and I think that we're dead. I still have my ultimate, so I'm gonna try to stack a bit my Storm Razor here. And let's see what we can do. Okay. If you stood in front, it would have been better, to be honest. We managed to kill her before the sleep. The karma walking away from the ultimate was a bit funny. Now we're gonna go mid lane. Can I base? Can I base? Okay, we can finally base. Now I'm gonna go mid lane. And with Runans again, we're gonna try to pick always this Raptor camp. Healing boots as well. I wouldn't delay boots too much as Zeri. Just keep in mind that you have no cashback as well. When you're starting out, I heavily advise, look at that, having 10 armor and 9 MR in more, having 112 HP in more. Those tiny things, they do make the difference in a long fight, especially when you're not that good and there's a lot of like stuff happening in the screen. So I will say that like the important part in the end, outside of the laning phase, outside of a really good farm, is to teamfight well. And you have really tiny time to actually do that when you're Zeri, because there's a lot of shit happening on the screen. Right? So you gotta learn teamfighting a lot. And this is the part where the hard Zeri gameplay goes, right? This is all like literally basics. If you don't manage to reach this point, it's gonna be impossible to basically win later on. So every time I'm gonna time out you see the camp of raptors, which I'm gonna take on my dead timer. I took the reset just for the improved base, which we got. Yeah, we got the improved base. I'm gonna E, take those raptors, and then simply go for mid-wave. See? Bam, 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 bam. Here we are. Now we catch also the mid-wave. And without further ado, this fight is really hard. We're just gonna go for wolves. Oh my god, never mind. My team is going for fight. I don't really like these corner fights. They are really hard for my character. So guess what we're gonna do while they're fighting? We're just gonna say, okay, I'm in your fights. I take mid lane, right? And that's the type of playstyle that you wanna have with this character. Just farm, 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 farm. You know? I'm gonna check if there's raptors here, which they aren't. So I'm gonna go simply to puff to wolves. Take these wolves. Pew, pew, pew. See what's the difference between playing Runans and non-Runans on Zeri. When you have a jungler player that doesn't need or doesn't require much farm, it makes a shit ton of difference. Okay, no flash on this guy. Gotta play really carefully. Oh my god, I'm missing everything. Okay, we got one. Okay. We have managed to kill the guy off, which is a bit unfortunate. Now, my mechanics are a bit off, guys. You gotta understand that. I mean, I'm a coach. I'm not a player anymore. But if you understand these basics, like we're playing in Diamond, and honestly, despite my really bad mechanics, you can see how well this works. Like, it just works really, really well. Full scaling, Zeri, 1v9, farming, yada, yada, yada. We're gonna take this tower, possibly as fast as we can. Nice. And we can surely get also the wave without any problems. Because with Zeri, once again, like this character, it's so safe despite not being safe, if that makes sense. She's always safe, even if when you take this wave. See, the guy rocket belted, but he had no chance of reaching me. So now we're gonna base. E base, boom. You know, you can E and base together while you take the wall. They have a lot of armor, I guess not. So we go for Infinity Edge. Usually, you can go Lord Dominic here instead of Infinity Edge if the enemy has a lot of armor. But in this case, I see only one plated. Maokai didn't even go for plated either. So this game, there's really few armor, so we can delay Lord Dominic to Pord without any problems. Now let's go back to mid lane, and guess what we're gonna do? Guys, it is an unending cycle, okay? It is an unending cycle of stealing camps and playing like you're the only player in the lobby, literally. If you're gonna do that, trust me when I say you're gonna become one of the best Zeri players in the world. You don't have to feel bad for it, because you're an hyper carry character. And so if you can't really carry yet, despite you know, stealing a lot of resources, you shouldn't be sad. You should try to just get better at team fighting. Sooner or later, you will you will surely do it. And we're gonna base because we have Infinity Edge, and Drake is about to spawn. It's probably spawned already. I'm a bit late to it. Nice, guys. I hope you're enjoying the content and this is helping you out. You know, it's pretty simple steps. When you play this character, it is a wonderful character again. I am specialized on these hyper carry characters, so you're always gonna see the best of the best in this channel from this perspective. That's literally what I reach a challenger with, you know, Zeri, Jinx, Aphelios, and so... Oh my god, dodge. And so this is basically bread and butter for me, really bread and butter. So now we're gonna come here. Is this guy doing wolves? I guess he does, so we're gonna leave them. My team is fighting a bit to the downside part of the map. I'm gonna get blue buff, why not? I mean, Karma taking blue buff is cool, but I'm a bit of a bitch, so we're just gonna steal it instead. Rotating bot lane is a bit hard because I do believe that there's really few visions, so we're just gonna push mid lane here really quickly and check a few timers. Now, I don't know if, for example, enemy walls are up, which we're gonna check now by using W. I like a lot W to check if camps are up just to steal them right away, or to get the timer of them. It's really interesting, right? Actually, a really cool trick. Just like see if there's camps, and if there's camps, guess what? You steal all of them. Gotta be really careful about Maokai ult here, but I think we're fine. And now you see we have the timer of the enemy red buff, which I'm gladly gonna try to steal. I'm gladly gonna try to steal this while we kite toward the Drake, which the guy's going crazy for. Okay. Now we're gonna take this one. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna try to steal this once instead. Drake seems quite free. And there's some... I think there's on Olaf. Okay, the guy is looking for me. You can use the barrier and then just like walk away from that. I don't know if you did it, but... This guy's still here. I mean, he has no ults. Bro. Oh, I'm so sad for you. And then Nestor Major kind of like makes the difference here, right? Now we can... Ooh, nice fight. Gotta be careful about the Victor ults, which he has still. Okay, he ulted the guy. We can walk here. W this guy. Ooh, unfortunate. Alright, so we got the Drake. No, we still haven't done it. That was a bit risky, I guess. You know, I maybe tried to pull the trigger a bit too much, but the barrier there was kind of clutch, you know? The barrier for this part was actually clutch as fuck. We're gonna take this one, take the red buff, and then probably the guy teleports towards topside, so we don't need we don't need to go there. Oh, please. Okay, we take the red buff. Now we go mid lane, take the mid wave. And, you know, it's just like this gameplay is so psychopath. If you enjoy characters that just like want to go even further beyond, just, you know, farm. Just like an Asus player would. This is the best character for you. Like, just really. Imagine you are like a person. I just want to help you to like understand if you're really truly a Zeri player. You gotta be the leader in a certain way. Not the leader from like a technical perspective, but you gotta be the leader of damage. You have to truly believe that you are the carry of the game. And that you are gonna be the one carrying the game. If you don't have this type of mentality, you're like, oh, I don't know if I can carry this game. No, every single game you gotta think that you are the one that's gonna carry the game, right? And if you do that, trust me when I say it, you're gonna become really, really good at this character. 100%. They call Nash. Yes, we do. We're in a position where I wouldn't say no to Nash. They kind of have to enter the position and then we can play the fight. I also have some life still made by the healing boots, so we can easily do it without hurting ourselves. Alright, Nash it is, and I do believe that's... Ooh. Oh, I got stunned. I think I can go in here. Let me see. I can do that. Flashed, but I can flash. Okay, can kill that one. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. Please. Okay, we're fine. Alright. Pretty good game. And what do we do here? What do we do here? I guess we W this one? There's no camp. You see how I'm checking every time the camp with W? That's a really good tip again, because you can check every single possible resource while you're playing out, you know, while you're playing out the game. It helps out a lot. Oh my god, how many shields. But this is like the best comp for Zeri ever, like I swear. We have Ivern, we have Karma, we have a jungler that doesn't need resources. That was just like a perfect showcase of a really good game of Zeri, if that makes sense. And we're gonna take these ones. I wouldn't go deeper than this. And guess what? We have Wolves. We have Wolves and we also have Gromp, I believe. I mean, 7 seconds. I don't know if I want to overextend this much for a Gromp. I guess we waited. We are here, so... Still have Baron Nash as well. So with Baron, we can sort of make it really quick. Pam, base. Nice. And we're not that off tempo. Enemy can't really catch us here. So from now, I'm gonna go Guardian Angel. And as you can see, we basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 4 items and a half. If you have this really good farm, you don't need cashback. I'm telling you, like, you don't actually need cashback. And if you have this consistency on like farming and gathering resources, just make sure to not skip gathering resources for your team. That's also another thing. I feel like many people, they like see a fight and they stop farming in mid game. Well, the truth is that you gotta farm every single minute into the game with this character. And if you're not able to do it, well, you gotta start both fighting and also, you know, getting resources. Now we're gonna rotate towards bot lane after this mid wave. Push the mid wave. Let me get this one. Thank you so much. Careful about Maokai ult always, but we're in a good position. We kind of need a far side tier to enter the bot lane position. I don't really know. There's not really much vision. There's red in 5. But yeah, we miss a lot of vision, so I'm gonna W this position just to check where they are. We can take red buff, and now we're gonna play for the next wave for bot lane fight. Okay. Nice, guys. I hope you're enjoying the videos and you're helping you out to understand a bit better how to play the... Oh my god, this is... I've hard forced an ultimate in the wave. That was pretty good by him, though. He took the minion. We're still gonna wait. And in 2 seconds, we have this camp here that I wanna steal. you know, I don't want to take it. Alright, we're gonna take this one as well while we're waiting for the wave. Alright, W this wave. Sorry, this wall. And we are forced this tower, which we did. Oh, I haven't saw the ultimate of Victor. Then behind our team. Kill this guy off. And now, I guess that we're playing a bit too much, you know, 5-1, 5-0. 5-0 does not really work that well in this comp. Guess we should have done a 4-1 at least. You know, 5-0 just doesn't exist unless you have some kind of like crazy push, crazy pushing comp or hard engaging comp. I feel like we miss a bit of hard engage. Camille ultimate is surely good, but everyone else just doesn't really engage at all. Except me if I want to play like a psychopath, of course, but... that is life, you know? And we could also go for a QSS this game, surely, right? They have Maokai ultimate. I see that my support is going Mikals. It's kind of wholesome that nowadays Diamond players, they go for Mikals for you. I feel like many players weren't doing it back in the time, but because of pro play, more players have started to like giving more more helpful towards your team, especially the Mikals again. I saw it all in like Challenger, usually like Grandmasters, but now we're again starting to seeing it in also lower leagues, which I'm pretty happy about. The guy made a huge mistake, and that's a problem. Like, I just want to show you how my Ivern, despite being you know, a bit of farm behind, is completely fine. He has 3 items and a half. Also because the important thing is that you give him some assist. Like if you give the assist of the kills, it's gonna be maybe what, 1 level behind, 2 levels behind, but he's gonna be behind anyways. Just keep in mind that if you're not gonna steal the farm of Ivern, 99% of the times the enemy jungler is gonna steal it. So you're not stealing anything to anyone, at least in this game. You know, there are games where if you steal, of course, you're stealing it to your jungler, but again, most of the times, this is not the case. So Guardian Angel it is. I like Guardian Angel knowing that my guy went for Mikals. I want to contest this timer on Raptors. You see that we have it, so you ping your team. Hey guys, I want to try to contest this position here. And if the enemy doesn't, well, guess what? You took another bunch of minions, which the enemy team is never going to get again. And by slowly taking off resources, we're gonna win the game. Now I need the Camille to split bot lane. I need someone to split somewhere because you see we're not able to go in and the inhibitor mid lane is already gone. So I have to rotate either from top lane or bot lane, one of these two. I'm just waiting my team to do that. I can't really go there and do it myself. We're gonna wait someone, you know, someone to do it. I believe we're gonna go for top lane and let the Camille do for one. This guy's gonna take mid wave again, which is a bit annoying. We can check if I'm able to... It's just gonna run away. That's fine. If they aren't forcing right now... Okay, that's pretty good. I think we won. I mean, we have to win, right? Enemy team out of forces like that. Oh, nice Maokai ult. And so, yeah. This fight was a bit weird because Lilia is just pushing mid lane every time. But now I don't feel like they can defend. So we can... you know, just out force a bit of everything now, despite having no wave. Lilia's just like standing mid lane as well. I don't understand if she's like doing it for real, like she's kind of trolling or what. You know? But they can never defend this position, so like, sooner or later they will lose. Despite the Lilia, which is not even like a pushing character, if that makes sense. So, I mean, he has to base. It's not gonna base? Alright, then I guess we won. Oh, she's gonna base. She's gonna base. We're gonna take at least one tower here if possible. She's gonna base, but I don't know how much she can save at this point. Yes, no Mikals. I never remember that. I think we're fine anyways. Yeah, we're fine. Look at our damage at this point into the game. We can chill a bit. We don't necessarily have to fight this. Oh. We're just gonna kite him away. Olaf has not much power into my character, sadly. And I do believe that we can close mid lane, honestly. I don't wanna waste too much of your time, guys. I think you already understood how Zeri works and what you need to look out for. You can simply teleport there, wait for the wave here, and a nice control ward, I guess. And simply close this game finally. Was a really good game. I hope you guys understood how to play Zeri and what you actually need to shine on her. Again, I saw a lot of people in my streams, in my comments, they want to play a lot of Zeri and, well, they have no idea or they would love to play her a bit more. So I'm pretty happy to showcase such a wholesome game in Diamond. Now we're just gonna simply walk to them. I am tired of them. And GG's, guys. 400 minions, 31 minutes. That's how you play with Zeri.